Today I'm at the randomly picked place out of the 39th walking highlights draw. We're at, folks, the 80th walking highlights video in the series. Can't believe that. But let's see what the plan's like today. Today I'm in Langport in Somerset. I'll be starting around this area of the town, and then we'll be going down to the River Parrett, and around this area we'll be splitting away from the River Parrett and going along the River Yo, and then following this side on the left side and going on and seeing how we get on along here, because we'll either be going straight on to Ilchester, or I might decide to go into Long Sutton and chill there for a bit, have a look around, and then go back along the path all the way back to the car. So join me on my walk to see how I get on. Langport is a picturesque market town in Somerset, steeped in history and surrounded by the stunning natural beauty of the Somerset Levels, known as one of the smallest towns in England. Langport is brimming with charm, offering a perfect blend of history, riverside scenery and warm community spirit. Its location on the River Parrett makes it a haven for nature lovers and walkers, while its independent shops and historic sites ensure there's plenty to explore. Langport is worth visiting for its peaceful atmosphere, fascinating history and close connection to the natural environment. The town's rich heritage as a trading hub is evident in its historic buildings such as the Hanging Chapel and the ancient All Saints Church. And on your travels to Langport, you might come across Greek Catering, which has some delicious food on offer. Well, here we go, starting down this road. I believe it's called Watley. Yeah, there we go. There's a clue that we're on the right place. Watley House. So let's do it. Head towards the river, and just got to go through here. And there's lots of dock leaves around here, so if you have got a problem with stinging nettles, you're sorted. So this is going to be the main path that we'll be getting on, so I think we might just we'll just join it there. Makes sense, doesn't it? Nice steady breeze, and it was a bit showery today with the rain. It is forecast to be a bit like that, but at the moment, fingers crossed, folks, it's looking okay at the moment. The River Parrett, nice and calm, the water today, and we'll be following this path round here, and then we'll be joining onto another path, and we'll be walking along the River Yo. So the River Yo basically comes off the River Parrett. So just got to look out for this path that just comes off for a moment. So I think we're pretty sure we need to go this way. Just got to be careful of these stingers. You've got this unusual shrub. I don't know what that is actually, but yeah, just got to go over here. And there's a lot of stingers over there. Look at them. They're in their forces over there, aren't they? But we're all good. We're over here. We're in safe hands. But yeah, they've really grown up, haven't they? They really are. This is definitely the season now of these stingers. So as I'm in shorts, just got to be a bit careful. Mind yourself here, because there's a bit of a step up here. Oh, dragonfly just went up there. I think we're going to see a few of those today, aren't we? Oh, there he goes, or she goes. Wow. The humidity is quite high. The sun is feels more hotter at the moment. So we're just walking next to this stream which goes along the River Parrett. But yeah, it looks like an old lock, this, doesn't it? So yeah, there's this little place I've discovered, Hewish Bridge amenity area, and you can park here, and people have just been enjoying the River Parrett, just jumping in and cooling down. Look at these lovely wildflowers, look at them, the pattern, stripy pink and white pattern, and you can hear the grasshoppers in full force at the moment. Still got that stream, but just over there is where the River Parrett and the River Yo split from each other, and we'll now be just following the River Yo. Just loads of dragonflies. They love this place. I'll try and get some shots of them if I can. Of course, you can go over there on that path. Depending on the direction you want to go in, there's lots of options to go along this direction, but this is like one straight path, which hopefully, depending on time, and I'm hoping to get to Ilchester and then turn back, but we'll see. Nice little place to stop off and have your sandwich. And yeah, they've done this nicely, haven't they? They've kept it maintained. We'll be crossing over a road in a moment and then going on to the next part of the adventure. Right, so the executive decision is to put the hat on because it is getting quite warm, midday sun and all that, so try and get this as straight as possible. There we go, that'll probably do it, I think. Right, we'll crack on. That instantly reminds me of like some sort of Monet painting. So there's a lot of like a bit of a din sound, but over there is the tannery. Lovely shot of the river here, look at this. And then you can see the bridge. We've got a dragonfly. Got to be very quiet and careful here. You can see him. Look at that, standing there, having a bit of cool time in the weather conditions. Holding on with that wind as well. Other blackberries are out as well, nice. So I can imagine people will be picking those. Some birds just trying to, they literally dived right into where the blackberry bushes were, and obviously trying to get the best of the berries before someone else gobbles them all up. And on the other side of the river you got the bullocks. So these flowers, just an update, can be known as Granny Pop Out of Bed. Right, there was a road there, but we just need to go right through here. Got to be careful of the bottom there again. It's a bit wild in here, to be honest. But these things, look at that, looks like a proper microphone, doesn't it? feel like I need to have a sing-song. Anyway, let's go, come on. And back on the path properly now. And of course, yeah, got two options to carry on over this side or over that side of the river. So I'm probably just going to inspect what both sides look like. So yeah, you can't go over that side because of this plumbing station. So we're going to carry on the side we are on, of course, which was my original plan anyway. So blimey, I'm going to have to show you this, folks. There's a group of swans just hanging around, and there must be some nests there, surely. You know, they're not going anywhere. And they're certainly not waiting to get picked up by a boat. Yeah, a little bit more machinery here. Can't really smell much, to be honest. So I just spoke to two people on bicycles. They just gave us a heads up that it's going to be a bit dense coming up with brambles, stingers, and there's some sort of like wobbly bit that we're going to come across. So yeah, it's definitely one of those adventures today, isn't it? So we'll see what happens. That's the longest caravan I've ever seen. Look at the length of it. It's almost like a bus, isn't it? Yeah, hay making season. And they, look at that. A lot of hard work with all that being done. So it's almost like walking on like plastic straws along here. Look, I just spotted snake skin, look. Crikey. When you're walking along this field, there's like these little holes, and you know, is that to do with this mystery snake or something else? I think we're about to go through bushland at the moment. It's not looking great, like those people were saying. And I've just got my shorts on, which I always said to you, I don't hardly wear any shorts, but because it's been so humid, hasn't it? Right, well, let's have a look and we'll see what happens, folks. That's how it looks, folks. And the cyclists have trodden it down a bit. I mean, this bit probably looks more promising that way, but that's crazy, isn't it? There's just no maintenance of this part. But there's going to be stingers, so we're just going to have to see how we get on, aren't we? So yeah, I mean, you can see it's sort of been pressed down from the previous visitors along here, but not too many stingers at the moment, so fingers are crossed. Big bumblebee just doing his own business. There we go, right. So yeah, there's thistles here now. Yeah, it's not ideal, folks. Ow, that just got me, that little thistle. Well, what I think's really happened is the other side of the river has been focused on maintaining that rather than this side. Got a sort of path at this point, but not Oh, there's some more of these thistles, little sods. As people have gone up here, it looks like, so maybe we'll go this way. And then hopefully this doesn't just come to a dead end. Well, to break up the craziness of this, looks like that group of swans have decided to have a little swim. Well, it might be some other ones, but there's oh my goodness, there's loads and loads of swans here, folks. Look at this. I thought it was just that group at the front, but look, there's just loads of them. Wow, they love it around here, don't they? Can you imagine the ratings they would give it if they could rate it online? And someone's got a bonfire going. Yeah. And look, up there, is that a heron? Wow. There's literally everything here. Everything here. It's a real proper nature reserve, isn't it? I mean, this is what you call a jungle adventure today, isn't it? But it is, I mean, Ilchester is quite out of the way really to get there, but especially when this kind of thing slows you down to a gallop. Crikey. Wow. We got Thistle Alley here, look. So, can I get through without being poked? Nope, I can feel one scratching me. So, right. There's 2 chairs over there. But I don't think you can get to them to have your lunch because you've got a stream in the way. Is this getting a bit more normal now? Let's hope so. God help us, look at that. Completely and utterly been trampled on. Or a storm's hit it. Look at that. I think we're going to get some normality here. Look, we're going into this field, so yeah. Well, staying up to speed with the swans, so I suppose it's not that bad. And then I've been gazed up by these group of cattle. This swan's neck just showing up here. The swan's neck looks like some sort of periscope. The farmers put the bales in a line, like it looks like a snake, doesn't it? I just got a style. Whoa! Yeah, oh goodness me, this is the bit they were saying about wobbling all over the place. So yeah, be careful on this, folks. So, whoa, yeah, that's it. Well, here's an up-to-date shot of where we are, and it certainly is field walking today, isn't it? You might better see, look, grasshopper right there. Oh, haven't really seen a grasshopper for a long time, and you just hear them, don't you? There's tons and tons of grasshoppers just going ping ping all over the place. At first I thought I was just kicking off grass seeds with my feet as I was walking, but yeah, it turns out there's a lot more grasshoppers that meets the eye around here. don't know if you can see it on the camera here, folks, but I think there's another heron or something flying around over here. Let's see if we can get closer to it. Yeah, go in there, look. Zooming right in for you. And doing the rounds, I would imagine. Will it get near to us here? Yeah, just checking the River Yo out. It really is a paradise for nature. And then the cattle just over the other side of the stream, just lining up and wondering what's going on. And a butterfly down there, look. Just on our path. So the River Yo, it goes all the way down to Sherborne Lake. It's quite a distance. Well, there's going to be a bit of a decision very soon if I'm going to stop in Long Sutton or carry on. But before all of that, we're back in the jungle here, look. Well, miniature jungle. Right, so this is the decision time. So if we carry on that way, we'll be going to Ilchester. If we go that way, we'll be going into Long Sutton, as you can see the church there. But I think because it's 2:45, time's getting on, we'll go to Long Sutton, we'll have a look round and then chill for a bit, and then we'll head back. That's quite high though, isn't it? If you look, check that out, look. So, all right, here we go then. Go sideways, I think. Ooh, they're getting higher and higher, aren't they? Going through another gate. But this is much more easier to walk on, isn't it? Well, there we are, very close to landing in Long Sutton. There's a very interesting bug around here, very big, bigger than a dragonfly. There's another one of them, if you can see it. Huge, like a helicopter. Well, a bit of shade. Sun's been coming out a bit, so it's been heating up once again. But I think there is a pub here called the Devonshire Arms, so it'll be nice just to stop off there for a bit, won't it? Nice old building. Loving the creativity of these palm trees. So yeah, in Long Sutton, so just going up to the main road, and they've got their church here as well. Yeah, let's have a look. Got a coffee shop here, and just saw this sign. It's not open today, but yeah, look, beware of the goat. Lovely little square here, and yeah, I'm a big fan of squares, which I've probably mentioned many times. That's very nice, and you've got the pub right there, so we're going to check that out, folks. I just love these classic signposts as well. So I am just trying the Devonshire Arms Lager. Let's see what it's like. Yeah, very refreshing. A very light lager, so that's nice. So yeah, ideal for just a break up the day today before we obviously walk back. Well, it's nice to take the sunglasses and the hat off briefly whilst you just chill for a bit. So this pub does have some accommodation. There's a selection of different rooms. You can check that out on their website, and they do some food, of course, as well. There is also another bit of garden up the hill there, and there's a bit of shelter, so I think that's more for guests, but you never know, you might be able to just sit there as well if you're just popping in for a drink. But anyway, I'm going to head off now, so I'll give you some shots of me going back and of the views, and I'll give you my final thoughts when we get back to Langport. There we go, the walk is complete, and I did 13.95 kilometres in the end. Quite a long one today, folks, but there we go, nice to sit down. I'd like to firstly say it was a pleasure meeting Mike at Greek Catering. I had a delicious halloumi wrap and I highly recommend it. You can find him on socials. You can find out where he will be going next. I will link his business in the description of the video. So, just moving on to the terrain. Now, I found at parts this was quite challenging because the ground was uneven. We've had a very dry spell, haven't we, folks? We've not had a lot of rain, so the ground is quite dry. Now there was these overgrown parts, and they they really do need to be maintained, because at this time of the year especially, you've got thistles, they're prickly, aren't they? You've got stingers in the mix as well. So yeah, that kind of like taints your enjoyment of walking close to the river, you see. But of course there were areas where the ground was maintained, the fields were cut, so not every part is like this, but I wanted to bring this up. Also, that there are stiles that need some tender loving care, because if you step on them they wobble, but you've got the gates that they're absolutely fine, but you just got to mind the step because they're a bit high up to step over. But yeah, it was lovely walking by the River Parrett and then the River Yo, and seeing all the wildlife, the swans, and dragonfly and the herring. I think we saw 2 herrings. So the place is full of nature that you're going to find here. And that snake skin that I came across as well. So signal, found the signal was spot on. Now at times I needed just to check in with footpath map when in the overgrown areas, making sure we're going on track, the paths we needed to follow, absolutely fine, no problems whatsoever. Seating areas, so on this side of the river, very little seating areas, but there might be more on the other side. Now you can go on the other side, of course, but the thing is, bearing in mind, if you did go on the other side, it's a bit tricky to get over to Long Sutton. Potentially there is a bridge somewhere, but yeah, that's what you've got to bear in mind about what route you'd rather go on, what side. But it was lovely being in Long Sutton, charming little place, and visiting the Devonshire Arms as well, and having a nice chilled drink. So getting here, all main roads really, from Honiton direction, from the A303 and then onto the A378. But yeah, I use Google Maps a lot for directions, the sat nav, and yeah, found it pretty straightforward to get here, to be honest. Parking, so parking was really good, very happy with this, because I was able to park free next to the library, and there is also another car park just behind here actually that I don't know if you have to pay, but it's like if you're stuck and you can't park here, you've always got that sort of area behind as well, like an overflow kind of place. But yeah, there's a nice array of like sort of eatery places in this area where you park. And yeah, Langport itself is a charming little place. I find the people here really friendly, to be honest with you. So good first impressions of being here. They've got some interesting little shops, some independent shops to check out. Yeah, Langport is a nice little place to stop off and check out. Anyway, there we go. I think I've covered most of it. The initial plan was to walk all the way to Ilchester, but that, when you see on the map, it's a long way to go, and it wasn't going to be realistic. So getting to Long Sutton, going back from there, was a perfect stop on a turning around place. But anyway, thank you for joining us. And also I want to mention that I have now got a Facebook Z Explore page. So I'll put that in the description of the video as a reminder or whatever. But yeah, check that out. Please follow because you'll get posts from me, pictures and things like that when I'm out and about. So sort of almost like behind the scenes kind of thing. But yeah, just some extra content available there. But look out for the next walking highlights draw to find out where we will be going next. And take care. Thank you for watching. And join me for another walking journey very soon. And it's bye-bye from me in Langport.